Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and if you're not, I hope this video can bring you a little bit of comfort. So in today's video, I wanted to go over my manga collection and look at how it's grown in just a year. So everyone should go check out my first video I made about a year ago, and it's of my manga collection, and I'll be sure to link it down below. Or if I could get it popping up in the corner, I'll try. But if you haven't seen it yet, here's a quick recap of all the books I had originally in my collection. Wolf Children, Jujutsu Kaisen, Vampire Knight, The God's Lie, Tokyo Ghoul RE, the first silent voice, the second silent voice, and the third and fourth silent voice. So as you've seen, Silent Voice is probably my most collected series, and I loved the movie, and it's a short and easy series to collect since there's only 7 in total. I finally got the 5th silent voice, the 6th one, and the 7th one. I absolutely love Silent Voice. The movie's great, and I actually made an anime journal on it. I would love to make a video going through my anime journal and even recording me making one. But for now, you can go check out my TikTok, which is linked down below, where I post this last anime journal I made for Silent Voice. I love it. It's such a comfort read for me. I also enjoy how the manga goes a lot further than what is seen in the movie, and it really does develop some characters a lot more than the movie does. Moving on to another manga series I have, which is The Ways of a Househusband, the first and the second one. I absolutely adore this series. I binge watched it on Netflix. It's such a slice of life comfort show. It's so easy to watch, and it's just a bunch of short collection stories of a man who was once a leader of the Yakuza, and now he's just a house husband. And it's so funny, the miscommunications and him, like how he adapted to normal life, I guess. And he's just such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, I adore The Ways of a Househusband so much. The next manga series I have is Orange. I have read the first one, and I have the second one, although I haven't read it yet. And I know there's a third one called Orange Future, which covers it's a shorter one and covers a little epilogue of what happens. But I love this series so much. I'm really excited to read the second one. If you don't know, this series basically has time traveling involved. It just follows a group of high school students. I love this series. I think it's very well written, and all the characters in it are so enjoyable and relatable and are really selfless in a way. And then there's romance too involved, but overall it's a really cute story. A little funny story with this book, I Have a Secret, by the author who wrote I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So this book, basically, if you've seen my first video, in there I got a manga where I was just in the manga section. I saw the cover, I looked it up, I saw it had good reviews, and I was like, okay, let me get it. Didn't really look up a summary, didn't know what the book was about or anything, and I loved the book. So I was like, you know what, let me do it again. I heard I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is a great book. I don't think I had seen the movie yet at this point, and I purchased it at the time I bought the first The Way of the Househusband, and it wasn't until I got home that I actually held up these books together and I was comparing them. And if you don't know the issue, Japanese literature is written, or Japanese manga, I know at least, is written right to left. So the spine is on the right side, which is different from American books. So you read it that way. But see, it wasn't until I got home that I realized this book, the spine's on the wrong side. And I was like, huh, that's weird. It was in the manga section. Why is the spine on the wrong side? And it wasn't until I got home, after I purchased this book, that I realized it's because it's not a manga, it's a book with words. And that's what happens when you don't even open the book before you purchase it. I need someone to educate me. Is manga Japanese literature in general, or does manga specifically mean Japanese comic books or graphic novels? because that's what I believed it to be. So someone explain to me why Books A Million has this book in the manga section. Anyway, I read this book. It was okay. I would rate it like a 3 out of 5. I'm very neutral towards it because the writing was great. I loved the characters, and there's a little paranormal twist to it. I don't even know the correct description for it. Sixth sense, a type of sixth sense involved for everyone, and it has dual or multiple POVs, which is interesting, but it kind of feels left unresolved, and some characters are really quirky, and you don't find out anything until the end. You don't find out anything at the end. And the multiple POVs, they continue in one long story. It's not like one event and it's from different point of views. So it's kind of just weird, I guess. And when I looked it up online, a lot of people agree that it's just off writing, especially for this author, and there's just a lot more questions than answers. But overall, like, there were good moments in the book. It just didn't all flow together, is my overall point of view. Talking about I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, I have the book. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I have the manga. Let me clarify. I adored this movie. I cried while watching it, and describing this movie to my mom, who's someone who doesn't like anime, it actually made her consider watching anime because she realized anime wasn't just the Adult Swim anime, basically. It's anime that actually has emotion and feelings and can have a whole storyline and plot and sicknesses and diseases, and it definitely hit close to home with me and my family. It's such a great story. The movie definitely goes in its own directions in some places. One, Sakura looks completely different in the movie than she does in the manga, and there's a lot of scenes in the movie that isn't in the manga at all, which is kind of backwards because normally in book to movie adaptations there's a lot of scenes cut out from the book just to save time on the movie, yet this movie adds in a lot of things. And another thing I realized after watching the movie and reading the manga afterward is the movie, these extra scenes are added to it, really makes a relationship seem more romantic than it is. In the manga, it's very ambiguous whether or not it was platonic or romantic, or it really toes that line. And I feel like in the manga, I kind of appreciated that ambiguity, mainly because it just adds more to the fact that the main male character, that he just had difficulty forming relationships at all, and her life goal before she passed away was to form these deep, meaningful connections of any kind. And so I really appreciate that a lot more in the manga. However, I do think if you did want that romantic connection between them, the movie definitely leans more into that. Up next, for my birthday, my friend knows I love haiku, so she made me a whole haiku gift basket or gift bag, and it was a drawstring Daichi bag with his uniform number on it, and it had a bunch of haiku like little gifts in it with like keychains, a lanyard, some pins. And she got me the first manga, which, if you don't know, buying the first of these really popular series in bookstores is really hard in general, and she got it for me. So I loved haiku so much, being a volleyball player myself, and I know watching the anime and going into reading the manga, I was a bit nervous on how those big action moments were gonna be played out in the manga. However, you still feel the movement of the ball and the power behind it, even if it's not in animation. And I love the artwork in the book. It's phenomenal. Moving on to another really popular series is One Piece. So my sister also collects manga, and she read this one and she didn't like it at all. And she knew I had seen the show, or at least what was available on Netflix, which is only like a third of the whole series. She very graciously gave me her copy of this, and I really did like this manga. I don't know if I have money, space, or time to go about collecting this whole series, knowing there's probably closer to 100 to 1,000 volumes in this series. Yeah, I don't know if I have the resources to dedicate to that, but I think if I slowly but surely collect it, maybe. But for now, I do very much appreciate having this first one. This next book was a generous gift to me My mom was temporarily doing her clinicals at this one office that we know the doctors and the nurses really well, my family and I, and one of the nurses brings her daughter to sit in a clinic, and I had briefly spoken to her about the anime I like and the manga I have, and we had a conversation about it, and I told her I hadn't seen or read Mob Psycho, and she so kindly gave me her copy of this book. So Genevieve, shout out to you, girl. You're so sweet and so amazing. I haven't read this yet, but I will soon. I appreciate her so much for giving this to me. I have heard that this is a really popular anime. I just haven't watched it yet, but thank you so much. And finally, I adore this series so much. I had a TikTok blow up surrounding the series. Again, you should totally go follow my social media. That's all linked down below. I want to rewatch this series all together, but it is Fruit Baskets. I'm so excited to finally start collecting this series. I would see it in the store so much and it would just be barely out of the price range I had at that time. But I finally got it. Like, look at it. Collector's edition covers are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love having this. I haven't read it yet. I have to savor it for the moment I do. But I'm really excited to start collecting the Fruit Basket series. I adore the show so much. The character development with everyone, the gray characters, it's chef's kiss. So 1 year ago, I had 9 mangas. And now, I'm at 22. Let's do the math. 22 minus 9. Is that 11? No, 13. That's 13 in 1 year. That's phenomenal. And I think there's only 3 of them in this whole collection I haven't read yet. Wow. I'm so proud of myself. It's been a great year. I hope everyone else has been having a great year too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some great manga recommendations from this. And I hope I inspire you to create your own collection. And if you have any recommendations of some manga I should read too, be sure to put it down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my subscription box. I have a lot of great social media platforms that you should all check out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Disgusting. So, 1 year ago, I started off with 9 manga. It's not mangas. Is manga the plural term, or is it mangas? I had 9 manga. Oh wait, you can't see mine. And now I'm at 22. Let's do the math. Oh, you can't even really see them though. Oh my gosh. It'd still be really funny though. This is even all of them. Oh my gosh, and this is even all of them. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. This brings me so much joy. This is so funny. The heaviest on top. Hold on, wait. I just feel like this needs to be caught on camera. I don't even care if this is good or not. My arm muscles are dying. Wait. Stop. Okay, wait, we're gonna figure this out. Okay. Why is the center doing that? My arm muscles are dying. Oh my god.